Hello, Resurrection. It's April the 22nd, Thursday, and I am wearing today my orange and white checked shirt. Now it's not very orange. It's about as orange as I can stomach before I start to have nausea and vertigo. It's certainly not quite as orange as that. But I am wearing my Tennessee orange today in honor of Patrick Jones, who has just accepted his offer to the University of Tennessee. So he is a true Tennessean now. It is official. So y'all congratulate him or rib him as you do as is appropriate when you see him next time. I'm proud of you, buddy. Uh, so this three service time thing was the pits on Sunday. I did not have a good time on Sunday because the energy was just so low in the last two services. That's because we've taken a good, healthy, um, energetic, fairly full service, and we've divided it in two, and we have found ourselves with two services that are just not as much fun. I, we're not doing that as a church growth tactic. It certainly would not be time to do that yet. We've done it to try to thin out the crowd. So I think that we're going to do that for just a few more weeks, not many, just a few more weeks to maybe let the virus settle down a little more. And I think we're looking at probably putting those two services back together at the normal time in just a few weeks. We'll go back to 8 o'clock and 10:30 as we have done it for years and years and years. Let's take 3 more weeks though. Let's give it 3 more weeks. It's going to be tough. It'll be better if we all show up to church. It'll feel better if we all show up to church. But it's still going to be hard work for the next 3 weeks. It's safer, but it sure is not as much fun. So I think we'll do it through May the 9th, and then the following Sunday, May the 16th. I think we'll go back to our regular services, and we'll keep those service times through the summer. Now, I don't want to steal the thunder of our big Pentecost celebration, which we're going to do outside this year under the pavilion. We love to worship under that pavilion, and I hope it's not too hot by then. That's why we have not been outside yet this year. Right now, it would be too cold. It's as cold as I've ever been at the end of April. But we're going to hold off on worshiping outside so that we can have our big do with the bishop. A big do, that's what we would call it in Louisiana, with the bishop as he comes to confirm us and to preach and celebrate with us, celebrate the Eucharist, and also remind us of that bond that we have as his very own folks, and all of us, him included, as the folks of Jesus. It's an important ministry of the Diocese of Tennessee that we participate in every time we gather. And the bishop comes kind of as a reminder for that, and he's also the only one who can do confirmations. So we'll make some new adults in the. I don't mean quotation marks. They will be adults. They will be adults in the Episcopal Church once the bishop has confirmed them. And we don't have as many as I thought we were going to have because we had to put it off for a year, and we're building that momentum back. But we still have a good, healthy sized confirmation class this year of teens and adults. So we will have that outside on Pentecost Sunday, May the 23rd. Now I'm disappointed, but what we will not have is we won't have our picnic lunch that day. We were really, really hopeful that we could get back to it by then, but it's just not time. The bishop hasn't released us to do that. I think the health department is still saying that's not a good idea. So we're of course not going to do that. We're never going to be that parish that's in rebellion. But we sure will still have a very good time. Now, the Jones family has got quite a few family things coming up here before long. We have a family funeral to go to in Louisiana on May the 8th. I think that's the only time I'm going to be out for the next little while. But good Canon Jody, the bishop's canon, is going to be with us that Sunday, and he sure is good to fill in for me like that. We've got graduation parties and high school graduations and all sorts of things coming up. So it's a busy time for us, but it's a big deal in our lives. I know so many of you have been through your kids graduating already, And then when it's your turn, you realize what a special thing that is. But it's also something that uh, that is bonding us even closer and even tighter to Middle Tennessee. Now, it doesn't take me very long to bond. I bond pretty quickly. But of course, as you stay and you raise your family here and whatnot, it becomes yours, and we feel like Middle Tennessee is ours, and we hope that Tennessee feels like we belong to them back. I think you also know that Kim has taken a great new job at St. Paul Christian Academy there in Green Hills. You've been by it 1,000 times. If you can't picture it, you have driven by it 1,000 times, which bonds us even stronger to Middle Tennessee. So y'all, I hope you like me because I think I'm going to be here for a long time. I don't know. You might bury me, or I might bury you, one or the other. But that is such good news to the Jones family. And all of the church growth experts and the church planting experts will tell you that the golden period in the relationship between a priest and a congregation doesn't even begin to happen until year 7 or 8 or 9. The year 7 seems to be a real watershed time for a priest and that priest congregation, because after about year 7, you know each other very, very well, and you're through building relationships. You're never through building relationships, but you've become ensconced in a parish at that point. We all know each other very well, and at about year 7, we have to sit down and say, all right, we got through the hard part. Now, what are we going to do? We've built a church. Now, how are we going to wear it out? And that doesn't start to happen until you're 7 or 8 or 9. Now, it's hard to believe, but we're approaching that. February will be 6 years. I've been here. Do you know that 3 is the average lifespan of a rector in a medium-sized parish right now? 3 years. And if you get through 7, and 7 is the magic number for whatever reason, I don't know, but if you get through 7, it's likely that you'll get through lots and lots and lots more years after 7. But we need to keep that number in front of us, that 7-year number, because the 7-year mark, 7, 8, 9 years, I wonder what the pandemic's going to do. It could push that 7 back a little bit to maybe 8 or maybe even 9. But you've got hard work to do right around that time. You've got to figure out where you're going, what our little church does, what it's here for, what it will do, and where it's going in the future. We will have to spend a lot of time on our knees, a lot of time around a table, kind of hashing things out, a lot of time before the altar of our Lord with our hands and our hearts open. And you all are people who are good at that kind of work. You already have been good at that kind of work. We're starting over, not from scratch, but we're kind of starting over with that right now. And that's nothing but exciting for me, because I know that you're the people God made to do this kind of work right here on Sneed Road. Y'all keep those numbers in mind. Come back to church when you're ready to do that. We're growing. We're picking our numbers back up. It's starting to feel better. Starting to feel more comfortable. More and more folks are being vaccinated. I have my second one coming up here just any day, and good things are happening at the Church of the Resurrection. Bring your friends. Tell them to come and see. If they don't have a church, you tell them that you've got just the one for them and that you'll save them a seat. I love you. Can't wait to see you on Sunday. Bye.